There's a saying that says, you cannot heal in the same environment which got you sick. And, every word of that is very true. You cannot expect to return back to the same place which, made you sick in the first place. Or you cannot expect to have the same things in your environment that you had to turn away from. Now, Proverbs chapter 26 verse 11 says this: As a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly. Simply put, it's a foolish thing to return back to something which you've had to give up. It's a foolish thing to want to go back to something which you had to forsake in the first place. So we have to be very careful with the things that we allow to enter into our lives. We have to be very careful with the people that we surround ourselves with. If the people that we once surrounded ourselves with are those which tempt us to fall back into sin, if the places that we used to go to are the places that used to tempt us to fall into sin, then quite simply we need to stay away from these things. We need to stay away from the people that entice us into these things. Now, 2 Chronicles chapter 7 says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and heal their land. Now, the key thing in this is to pray, seek God's face, and turn from the wicked ways. You see, God cannot help us if we insist on going back to the same thing which made us sick in the first place. If we insist on surrounding ourselves with the wrong people, with the wrong lifestyle, watching the wrong films, simply allowing all these things that got us into the environment where we became sick in the first place, then we cannot then keep turning to God and asking him to deliver us. The key thing is to seek his face daily and to pray, to ask God to keep us from temptation, to ask God to deliver us from all evil. It's a foolish thing to want to believe that we can go back to these things and it will not harm us and we will not fall into the trap of falling into the sins that we were delivered from. So we need to be very wise and we need to be very realistic about the things that tempt us and the things that make us fall. We have to be very realistic and very honest with ourselves. So I pray that this video encourages you, and if you're struggling with any sin, then please drop me an email in the description box below and I'll be happy to work with you and pray for you. And remember, Jesus is the light of this world. God bless you.
It says this: our God is awesome. He can move mountains. Keep me in the valley